Get their names
and I
bring
told
their
you
bike.
guys are supposed
And
to
the
have
story.
licenses
You know,
on.
the bike.
Listen, if the sergeant warned you guys about your bike, then you guys are warned.
I'm sorry, did I hear you have to have a license to ride a bike?
I gave you a
You're gonna
warning.
get arrested.
I just got out from my house.
Get off the bike, you're gonna get arrested too.
So police swarm a neighborhood and confiscate bicycles.
And your man is out of control over there a little bit, and you're gonna have to take his
Police then play up stereotypes to justify their inhumane actions.
Because we live way in Edison, what the we live way in Edison, cuz. We live way in Edison, what the
Y'all see this, man? Over some bikes, but y'all different.
Then they choose to arrest one dude and throw him in the squad car.
Man, this crazy, bruh. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it is crazy. Here's the beginning of the video via Christian Orozco's YouTube channel. The cops tried cutting off these kids on their bikes in Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
Stop right there. Everyone stop right there, right now.
Guys, we're not gonna take your bike. I appreciate you guys stopping, okay? All right, I told you I promised you not taking your bike. It's not taking your bike.
So the supervisor promises no bikes will be confiscated.
Give me your brakes.
What you mean? Damn, no, you ain't getting my shit. No.
Take their bikes.
He just said no. What you mean?
Wait, sir. I had
He
to
just said no. Cool.
It isn't until this officer goes on a power trip to take her form of justice into her own hands that the bikes get confiscated.
Just say, look, he got something different on from all y'all. He just said no.
Okay.
No, you're not getting my bike.
I advised 30 kids earlier today that they were not to be in the middle of the
just
street.
got out.
I advised.
When was this?
I'm on one. You're not getting my bike.
I advised.
You ain't put not $1 in this bitch. See
And your
this?
mom could come back and get it.
You ain't put not $1.
And your parents could come and get
You
it.
see $1? Did you put it all in this?
You know what?
Did you put it all
Take
in
their
this?
bikes.
Wait, I'm not even doing anything. That's
Showing how great they are to American civilians. She tells a kid he has to find a way home after confiscating his only mode of transportation. Incredibly, per Ross' story, Perth Amboy has a law requiring a bicycle license tag, but the teens say they live in Edison and were just riding home.
You know that we told you guys to stay on the sidewalk.
I did not hear you. I was already in the front.
But wait, since when should people be riding their bikes on the sidewalk? Later at the police station, one officer told the teen he was lucky to get his bike back, asking if he had the purchase receipt for the bike and if it is registered with them. The officer also says the teens were told to stay on the sidewalk, but they were also told to stay on the road and ride with traffic. She says they did all this for their safety. Sounds like she wrapped herself in a word pretzel. As Saha wrote, Perth Amboy requires they be registered, but contrary to her first charge, they also prohibit riding on sidewalks in many places around town. So she also accused them of riding on the wrong side of the road. They did not, per Sarah and Orozco's YouTube channel. The kid in orange who was arrested for being annoyed officers are stealing his bike from him was finally freed later that day. One user named Brian Hedden, a white man, tweeted, "I broke this law last summer when I stopped in Perth Amboy's waterfront ice cream shop on my ride back from New Brunswick. 1. Biking laws shouldn't change from one town to the next. 2. Cops apparently only apply this law to people that are black." Another wrote, "Now let's take a quick second. These guys state they are from Edison. There was no requirement for a license/registration for a bike, but in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, there is. So this is just profiling by police with classic failure to communicate or listen." As Colin Taylor wrote, "It turns out that the town of Perth Amboy has an archaic 1939 law requiring that a fee of 50 cents be paid to the city, which is supposed to issue a license for the bike and renewed annually. Obviously, this would be a preposterous amount of paperwork for any town to have to deal with, and the law has faded away into obscurity until it gets revived to justify harassing a black biker."